Hello everyone. Today a little bit of a nice beekeeping task. Those two hive here we have over the allotment. We double brood them. Means they're getting slightly bigger for my liking. Especially there's a playground around and there's people working in the allotment. So to minimize the risk of swarming, I just double brood them. You can see in the background there. Two hives quite busy, and also two extra brood boxes going to be there as well to add to it. Yeah, so hopefully that prevents them from swarming and it makes them nice and strong, because the goal for those two hives is to eventually split them and to make at least another 4 or 5 hives over the main apiary. So we take them over the main apiary when they're ready, and then we split them in 4 or 5 different hives then. So the other video was about putting supers onto the existing colonies, which also is one of the tasks we're doing now. So we either put in super on, adding supers to the colonies to make sure we get some honey, or we double brood them so we can do splits for the next year's season, so that we got extra hives the next season. Careful work in here today because there's a lot of people around, and obviously we don't want to upset the bees, we don't want them to get agitated. So there will be smoke and there will be very small, slow movements, and there will be really just adding the extra brood boxes on, and I give them a little bit more feed so they find their way into the brood boxes. So notice our plexiglass crown board. So the bees are in here and gives us a chance to observe them a little bit. We still use top feeders because there is no supers going onto those hives, so we just build up the colonies. I'm going to remove the crown board now. We put the second box on and then turn the crown board, feed him a little bit and leave him be. You can see from last week how much honeycomb they already have drawn out on top of the crown board, and I make a video of it afterwards. First I scrape all the excess honeycomb off, otherwise it will have an impact on the next box that goes on top. So make sure they're all smooth. And try not to chop any bees' heads off, so be very, very gentle and careful. And you can see that there's a lot of honey already in in the hive here. Okay. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring enough frames, so I only got 8 frames to go into this hive, which hopefully will be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That actually, yeah, make this 9 on this hive and spread them out a bit, and then I come back soon to put some more hives and frames in here. Okay, space them out slightly a bit more. You can see this crown board gone on 4 days ago, and they already have started drawing out comb into it. So I'm gonna shake the bees into the hive, remove the honeycomb, and then just continues as planned. So I return the feeder, make sure it's central, make sure no bee gets stuck underneath. Also a bit of honeycomb. Go back in, good. Okay. As it's still early in the season, we got a 1-to-1 sugar water mix, which I'll just fill up. Not too much, just a little bit. Encourage the bees to draw out the honeycomb. One very suicidal bee trying to drown himself, so see herself. Let's put her here. And so the extra bee I have on top, 2 brood boxes now. I come here during the week and put an extra 3 frames in here to make the top brood box full. And the feeder is back on top as well. The bees quite calm and peaceful. They haven't really attacked or been unhappy about what we did here right now. So I'm very, very pleased with this colony. And I'm gonna do the same on the other colony now. Let's just close this off and make sure it's all sealed off. So put another super on top just so we have a frame. I make sure there's no bee in there because they will not be able to get out. So it's a double check. There's no bee in here. So just close this. Hang on, there was one just flying. Please get out. Yeah, it's not in there anymore. So you can close the lid here. The bees are happy, they're back in their colonies, and then as minimum as a disturbance to them as possible, and we leave them be. Okay, so there's one done, one to go. So I move over to put you guys down here on the second colony. Level it out a little bit. It's a bit difficult because my tripod is, but yeah, let's double check first what's going on in front. Bees are flying in, flying out. Lovely, lovely colony. And let's double check the inside. So as always, I give them a little bit of smoke so they know that I'm approaching, that I want to do an inspection. It not really harms the bees too much. So take the lid off, and if you see from the top, you can see there's the feeder still in there. You can take the lid off and you can see that they're taking everything down. I think 2 liters of sugar water we put in here last week, I put in there. So they took it all down, which is good. And they're using this for raising the brood and for also drawing out honeycomb. So I'm taking the frame off as well. And let me continue from putting you guys down here. Maybe I can bring down a bit more. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, as always, use a little bit of smoke. And I can already feel that the bees have glued the downward to the hive. So give it a bit of smoke just to calm them down, so they're not all attacking me. Yeah, it's a beautiful colony as well. You can also see that they have start drawing out a lot of comb. So I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 frames, bees or 9 frames that could be in danger of swarming. So for them to not swarm, let's do a quick inspection just to see where we're at. Yeah, and we can see that they're actually drawing out the last frames on this. So they definitely need more space. This from the side for a moment. I just want to show you the actual brood nest. And I can feel the bees not very happy about it, so I only draw 1 frame out. Just show you the brood nest. So we can see pollen, we can see overcup brood, we can even see drones in there, so they are preparing for splitting, I would believe. So I'll give him extra space now by putting another brood box on, and we should be alright. Okay, so they're getting a bit more agitated, calming down some smoke. And this colony is coming from a new split we did last year, so they ahead of the game. They're actually already quite big. So same than before, I didn't bring enough frames. Hopefully it is not going to be to my disadvantage. I got only 3, 6, 7, 8 frames in this box, and I hope that they build sensibly on the frames, and I believe they build most probably everywhere around. So I need to come back here as well to put the additional frames in there rather sooner than later, before the comb is everywhere but where we want it to be. Okay. So it looks a bit like this. So hopefully that the bees going up into the second box now, drawing out the comb. You can see that the frames are new frames. They have not been drawn out. So with the current pollen flow and the little bit of extra feeding we do, should give them enough encouragement to draw out the frames and the comb. and then the queen can start laying eggs, the colony can expand, and going forward when we do the final split on those colonies as well. Okay. So just close the colony. Give them a little bit of sugar water, not too much. You don't want to overfeed them. You get another lady that was going to drown herself in sugar water. Up the column. Shake some bees out from the roof, because once they're trapped in here they won't be able to get out, and we don't want them to die. So, and that was the task today. 2 colonies over the allotment, double brood on and now. So we can leave them alone for another couple of weeks. Soon we don't have to supplement feed them anymore, because they will find enough of pollen and nectar from the wildlife around. As I said, there's an allotment, flowers everywhere. Mountainside over there I can't show you because there's a kids park in between. So yeah, there's enough growth around for those bees to very exponentially multiply in size, really. So once they get too big now, as I said earlier, we're going to take them away in the mornings, and we do splits over the proper apiary where they can grow as much as they like and where we can control them even better. Yeah, so then we're going to replace those hives here in the allotment with swarms we catch. Maybe we put 2 or 3 of the splits back in here to let them grow here as well, and then do the same again. All right, my fellow beekeepers and bee friends. I know I promised to show you more, but this video ended up being a bit longer than expected. So I'll be sharing the rest in a separate video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and support. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you'd like to see what's coming next. See you in the next one.